Hi Sagittarius, this is your July reading for 2017. My name's Leona from Supra Conscioussoul. So we're doing a Celtic cross with the Deviant Moon Tarot. So the issue is justice for you this month. Sorry, let me just steady my hand a little bit. So the issue for you is justice this month. It could be about you wanting justice, waiting for justice, expecting justice, or even going as far as being the one to deliver justice this month, yeah? But what this card asks you is like, okay, so if you're delivering the justice, whose justice are you delivering? And it's also asked you to kind of look at the fact that it may be justice to you, but the opposite extreme is it's an injustice to somebody else possibly. So it could also be you kind of waiting for an answer, waiting for a legal answer. This could be about contracts, it could be about proposals, it could be about just, it's something that you want, and he wants this by any means necessary, because no matter what, even if these things try and climb out from under his robe, he's like, no, you're staying right there, I'm delivering justice, I've got the keys, you're not getting past me. This is also a number in this deck. Justice is 8 in this deck, so that is very significant because it's saying that it's about power. It's also a card about fate and destiny and kind of not being able to kind of escape that. These are things that are kind of gonna get laid out whether you like it or not. It could be you've got, for your issue crossing, you have the 2 of Cups. So you could be waiting for judgments in your favour, to do with a partnership, to do with a proposal, to do with a decision, a choice. But the 2 of Cups in this card is a little bit creepy to me, because it's like he's seducing her, he's alluring her, he's tying her in, he's trying not to let her look out the window, he's kind of dominating this situation. So next to justice, it's like I'm getting that it's like by any means necessary. It could also be a divorce, yeah? You could be going for a divorce, and it's kind of like you just wanna basically you just wanna take them to the cleaners. You feel like it needs to be delivered, and it kind of needs to be delivered now, yeah? The 2 of Cups is also quite dangerous, yeah, because it's like there's a balance between kind of, it's that balance or that fine line between love and hate. It's like one minute you're seducing the person, and the next minute it's like you basically want to get them sent away for life. It has that kind of energy. It's in the, it's almost as if as well that he's kind of, there's a trickery involved with this card. There's a kind of, by any means necessary kind of means as well in this card, by like, he doesn't care if he has to poison her, he doesn't care if he has to block her in, he's gonna trick her. Also with this card, I'm getting that it could be something to do with a pregnancy. It could be about justice to do with a child. It could be justice being delivered on behalf of that child. Okay. Let me just see if I'm getting anything else. Yeah, it's like I see that they had a great kind of romance, a great kind of relationship at one point as well. But it's almost like they're staying attached to kind of deplete each other. It's like this justice kind of needs to be served in order to kind of create a line, or it's like a line of reference to say kind of like this is where it ends as well. Oops. So in terms of what you've got on your mind, you have the dragon on your money and money on your mind this month, Sagittarius. It's all about the material for you. That is what is driving you. That is what you think about. That is what is governing a lot of your thoughts. It's like you want to create this new start. It could be in terms of work. It could be in terms of finances. But there's something that you've kind of got your eye on this month and you could be hoping for, and it's to do with your financial prosperity. So in terms of the past position, we have the Ace of Cups. So this could have been a new love starting. This could be somebody coming in with an offer of love. It could be it's almost like the universe has sent you a gift of love this month, Sagittarius. But with this card, it's asking you to kind of put out as much as you want to get back, let's say. So if you want to be loved, you need to put out that love. If you, it's like you have to kind of be reciprocating and giving, yeah? You have to kind of keep that cycle of love going this month. Don't block it. So in terms of underneath you, the root, we have the Devil. This is kind of underneath the Justice and the Two of Cups. I'm very much getting that there's kind of a roller coaster relationship, or there's something or a situation that you're feeling kind of tied to, for better or worse. It's almost like, it's like 1 minute you don't want it and you're just like, no, I'm not going to do that. And the next minute you're like, you know what, yes I am. Yes I am. I am going to do that, and I'm going to do it now. The energy is very much about needing to kind of resist any temptations, resist any urges. And underneath the Two of Cups and Justice, I would say resist any urges to get your own personal revenge, let's say, yeah? Resist any urges to kind of manipulate or control the situation, yeah? Allow justice to be served without all of the other stuff around it. So in terms of your future position, yeah, you have the Six of Wands. Now, this is a card about a long-awaited victory. This is something that you've worked hard at, you've put a lot of time into, you've put a lot of your energy into, and it's like people are starting to recognize that now. It's like they're starting to see, you're starting to get, excuse me, you're starting to get praise. People are starting to look at you more in a leadership role now. Yeah, it's like you're put on that pedestal. This is saying that there's ventures in the future that are going to be very successful for you. And this is like the Six of Wands is also like you're over halfway there. You're over halfway to kind of mastering whatever this is. And this is where people kind of say, yeah, they can see how much you've put in, where you've come from, what you had before, and they can see the difference. So now it's causing them to kind of celebrate with you, to stand up with you. Yeah. So then in terms of you have the 9 of rods. So this is about a character that's kind of almost escaped this labyrinth. There's this labyrinth that this character's in, and they're about to give up. Yeah. And this card is saying, don't give up, be persistent, use all of your energy, especially next to that card. This is saying to keep going, to be persistent, to keep giving it all you've got. Because what this card doesn't realize, or what the character in this card doesn't realize, is that if that person can escape the labyrinth, it's going to allow them to fly. Yeah. But they still have one more kind of wand, one more kind of, it's like one more step to progress. Yeah, one more hurdle. Yeah, don't give up, it's saying. Keep that energy, keep that fire and that passion energy going with the wands. Yeah, keep it going, because it's saying that you're making progress, but you just have to complete the journey. Okay, so then in your environment we have the 4 of Pentacles. Now this card is warning about greed, selfishness. It's about putting money above everything else. This card is saying that you cannot take it with you, and the only way that you can kind of get past this is to treat everything with love, because it's like love's the only thing that matters, or even to focus more on the spiritual. Yeah, but this card is saying that you are so focused on the material, and then we have this backing it up to say this is what's on your mind this month. So this card is just warning you. It's like you've got a fear of losing something. There's a fear of like losing everything you've worked at. He doesn't want to go nowhere without his money in case he loses it. But this card can also talk about a sudden event that kind of happens. It could be in your home life. It could be to do with your finances. Yeah. But it's a sudden event that happens. But this card is definitely about fear. But with the rest of the other cards, I would say there's not really much to be fearful of. You are working towards your passions. You're working towards your goals. People are starting to notice. And that's when kind of the money starts to come in. You've got from the 6 to the 9 here. So it's like you went up 3 levels. But it's like now it's like everything's kind of eased off. It's at a plateau. And you're kind of worried about where to go next, so to speak, or whether you should go anywhere next, or whether you should kind of just leave it behind. Because in your fears, this is you mentally leaving something behind, yeah? It's like you fear that if you don't, then it's like you need to get to the calmer place, because we've got a fire breaking out over here, and then we've got this area of calm. There's a need to kind of take your troubles, or to kind of, let's say, leave them behind. He's using them troubles to kind of get where he's going. He's using them as part of the boat. And then when he gets where he is on the other side and he knows he's in safety, it's like he's thinking, okay, once I get to the other side and I'm safe, I'll stop carrying these worries around with me. But it's asking you to kind of let go of them now in order to become lighter, in order to become more free, in order to be able to fly out of the labyrinth. Because this character has wings. Once they get to that opening, they can fly. But it's you needing to leave behind some mental anxieties. There's something that you're thinking about that's worrying you. It could be to do with the justice. Or these are just things that you're carrying around that are only necessary for that time. And then it becomes a time where you have to kind of like, yeah, right, I got away from that fire with these swords, but I don't need them where I'm going there. Yeah? So it's just about knowing that you're at that last hurdle. So then in the outcome card, we have you walking away from something. Walking away from something emotionally. Something that you've been attached to. Something that you've put quite a lot of effort in. This could be walking away from a relationship, a friendship, a partnership, a job, something that you realised is not serving you. It could be the same thing that you want to move away from mentally and emotionally. But it's like in this card, she's realising that all those cups are just dust. They're just something else to dust, yeah? And she's just walking away from them. And with the justice and the partnership, I feel like, because if you can see this, I feel like you've got the justice, then you've got the partnership. And it's almost like, what do you want to do, Sagittarius? Do you want to be that naughty little devil this month? Yeah? And kind of, by any means necessary, take your own justice? Or are you going to realise or see that that is the number of karma, that is the number of justice, it's fate. So all you need to actually do is walk away from it and leave behind the anxiety. Yeah? Because what fell out of the deck as well, we got an extra card that decided to jump out. Okay, so what I'm seeing in this is, it's almost like with this character, with this card, this character has spilt these on purpose just to wind her up. That's the energy I'm getting from your reading. So if that is you, and you're doing something just to kind of upset the apple cart or annoy somebody else, or kind of kick them over and then laugh at the person, knowing that it's going to kind of get them riled up, get them worked up about it, it is possibly to asking you to maybe leave that behind this month in order to create new beginnings, yeah? In order to have these new beginnings in finance and new beginnings in love, yeah? You have progressed. You're at that last hump, yeah? Take care. Thanks for watching. Stay blessed.